African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the special military operation on the 16th of June, 2024. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to conduct a special military operation. Units of the North Group of troops improved the situation along the front line and defeated the manpower and equipment of the 71st Infantry Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and the 125th Terrorist Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Volchansk, Simelnikovo, and Volchansky Kotor, Kharkov region. During the day, 3 counterattacks by assault groups of the 36th Marine Brigade and the 13th National Guard Brigade were repelled. Enemy losses amounted to up to 265 military personnel, 2 tanks, 3 vehicles, a U.S.-made 155mm M198 howitzer, a 122mm D30 howitzer, as well as a Bukovel AD electronic warfare station. In addition, 3 ammunition depots were destroyed. Units of the West Group of troops occupied more advantageous positions and defeated the formations of the 14th, 63rd Mechanized, 77th Airmobile Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, 12th Special Forces Brigade Azov, as well as the 40th and 50th Regiments National Guard in the areas of the settlements of Sinkovka, Petropavlovka, Bogoslavka of the Kharkov region, Torskoy of the Donetsk People's Republic, and Chervenaya Dybrova of the Lugansk People's Republic. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 500 military personnel, 2 armored combat vehicles, 9 vehicles, a 122mm D30 howitzer, and 3 NOTA electronic warfare stations in one day. Units of the Southern Group of troops improved the situation along the front line, defeated the manpower and equipment of the 22nd, 54th Mechanized and 46th Airmobile Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces in the areas of the settlements of Yulakli, Belyagora, Orakovo-Vasilevka, Grigorovka, Chasov Yar, Andriivka, Kurdiamovka, and Kurakovo of the Donetsk People's Republic. During the day, 4 counterattacks by formations of the 33rd and 41st Mechanized Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and the 114th Military Defense Brigade were repelled. The enemy lost up to 380 military personnel, a German-made Leopard tank, 2 Cossack armored fighting vehicles, 15 vehicles, 2 152mm D20 howitzers, a 152mm 2A65 Mstab howitzer, and 2 105mm M119 guns made in USA. Units of the Center Group of troops improved the tactical situation and also defeated the formations of the 144th Infantry, 25th Airborne, 24th, 47th Mechanized Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine in the areas of the settlements of Vozdvizhenka, Novgorodskoye, Novoalexandrovka, Novopokrovskoye, Karlovka, Novosolovka Pervaya, Sokol, and Kamyshevka of the Donetsk People's Republic. 4 counterattacks by assault groups of the 23rd, 110th Mechanized, and 68th Jaeger Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces were repelled. Enemy losses amounted to up to 375 military personnel, 2 infantry fighting vehicles, 2 U.S.-made Humvee and Max Pro armored combat vehicles, 2 vehicles, a U.S.-made 155mm M777 howitzer, 3 152mm 2A65 Mstab howitzers, 5 122mm D30 howitzers, as well as a 105mm M119 gun made in the USA. Units of the Vostok Group of troops liberated the village of Zagernoye, Zaporizhzhia region, and occupied more advantageous positions. The manpower and equipment of the 58th Motorized Infantry Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, the 123rd Military Defense Brigade, and the 15th Brigade of the National Guard were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Novoselkovka, Zaporizhzhia region, Urozhanoye, and Vladimirovka, Donetsk People's Republic. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 135 military personnel, an armored combat vehicle, 4 vehicles, a 155mm S-90 Braveheart self-propelled artillery mount, and a 155mm FH-70 howitzer made in Great Britain, as well as 2 Bukovl-AD electronic warfare stations. Units of the Dnieper Group of troops defeated the manpower and equipment of the formations of the 23rd Brigade of the National Guard, the 103rd and 121st Military Defense Brigades in the areas of the settlements of Vyshya-Tarasovka, Pokrovskoye, Nikopol in the Dnipropetrovsk region, and Osokorovka in the Kherson region. The losses of the Ukrainian armed forces amounted to up to 90 military personnel, 2 vehicles, a Polish-made 155mm Krab self-propelled artillery mount, a 152mm D-20 gun, 2 122mm D-30 howitzers, and an 85mm D-44 cannon. Operational tactical aviation, unmanned aerial vehicles, missile forces, and artillery of groupings of troops of the armed forces of the Russian Federation defeated accumulations of enemy manpower and military equipment in 115 regions. And 10 Ukrainian unmanned aerial vehicles were shot down by air defense systems. In total, since the beginning of the special military operation, the following have been destroyed: 613 aircraft, 276 helicopters, 25,855 unmanned aerial vehicles, 529 anti-aircraft missile systems, 16,352 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,341 combat vehicles of multiple launch rocket systems, 10,547 field artillery guns and mortars, and also 22,613 units of special military vehicles. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.